I blew last night, actually.
Same, but like, you know, it's a very different connotation of blow than what we were originally
That's true. That's true.
talking about.
That
Jesus.
that was a Dan Cohen special right there.
Dark today.
Yep. That's how actually with the 800 that's how it started.
Oh man. Well, you gotta get that loosened up, you know. You gotta start big and go smaller, is what they say in
Yeah.
the biz. Other than that, that's about it. That's all the like. As we know, I do not have the children to ring in the start of my children's school year, so we're just ringing it in with the usual bluster, I guess.
High grade American bullshit. Wait, is it just the two of us tonight?
It might be.
It's
I don't
looking
know.
like it.
I'm not
Oh
here to tell
man.
you how to run your show.
Dude, it's our show.
It's a two-man show.
It's a two-man show,
It's the
dude.
one. Well, you're gonna discover one day whenever you actually re-listen to these that I was a figment of your imagination the whole time, and half of your show is dead air.
I've been to your house.
Yeah, you've got a really active imagination. What do you want from me?
I've met your dogs.
Uh,
I've met at least two of
my
your
sentence.
ex-girlfriends.
Was-
What what are you doing right now? Like, what is
I
this
don't know.
bit?
What are you wearing right now?
Well, I'm wearing a black t-shirt with a pocket, black shorts.
Khakis.
No, just black. But black and red gym shorts like I like to wear. No,
Oh
these are
dear.
black and green. These are black and green. Never mind. Golgari represent, dude.
Golgari up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's it's depressing that I'm at the point in my mental health about the active American shooting situation where it's just like, yeah, I'm literally not in any way surprised. It's like clearly no one else in America gives a shit about it, so I guess I'm not supposed to. Am I jaded? Is that it? Is that the end of it?
That's certainly how they want you to think. Uh,
Nothing seems to change. It doesn't seem to matter who dies. White kids, black kids. I mean, obviously they didn't care about the black kids dying, but like white kids or even whiter kids, rich, poor.
yeah.
I mean,
It,
if they were letting the white kids die, kids of color, those kids didn't stand a chance.
huh. Yeah, you're right. It's just it's some sad shit.
I don't
Oh
know, man.
man. All right. So you want to hit some of the news items, and then since nobody else is here, you just want to talk magic after that?
Sure. Hit me
Like,
with the new. Give me rapid fire news, and I'm going to tell you the wrong opinions on it or the
okay,
right ones.
okay,
One of
okay.
those two things will be correct.
I love it. Ready? In in uh
I'm ready.
in Twitch bullshit news,
Okay.
famous leftist horror girl was ripped off by her former podcast partner, and
What
I
is
know, right?
horror girl?
A horror girl. She's a comrade. She's good people. She follows good old Dan Cohen here, so she's real good people. We treat her real nice. So just follows
What a
because I
what
am
an
still a
A1
cloud
human
core.
being.
What an A1 person to follow one of the sons of Trier and put up with their bullshit.
I'm amazed.
Yeah. So she got ripped off by her former podcast host. People are dunking the shit out of him now that he's reactivated his account. He came back. Um, so yeah, that's some bullshit that's going on there. He stole from her. Basically, he stole 8 grand from her. That's how it works. They raised 10 grand together to help her move to Ohio. Um, this cat stole about $8 grand from her. So if you see him, tell her just pay her the money. That's what you need to do. If you're listening to this and you're like, boy, how can I help? How can I help the comrade? You know, tell him to pay up. Like that's it. That's how you
Yeah.
apologize. That's it. That's the apologize. Because
Is there
there's nothing
is there
more
any
than that.
way that I can feasibly is there any way that I can feasibly victim blame and be a much worse person for it?
There's
The
always a way to do that.
Hey, there he
I
is.
knew it. Yes. God,
There he
yes. I
is.
love it whenever MJP validates my bad ideas.
I love it.
Hmm.
That's part of the show.
I mean, you'd have to become a
Well, I have to,
right-wing grifter to do it, but
oh, fuck, every time. Why is that always the answer? And why
because
haven't
it's
I
the
done
dark
it yet?
arts. It's the dark arts.
yeah.
Why can't I just commit? COMITT, commit.
Because you start getting glowing yellow eyes, and you start wrinkling up and turning pale like a raisin, looking like
That's the thing.
fucking, looking
That's
like
the thing that
fucking
does it for me.
Sheldon Adelson or something.
Ooh.
That's right.
Maybe Kissinger, looking like you want to look like Kissinger,
Maybe.
just a shriveled up husk.
Hell yeah.
Am I a pretty Kissinger?
No,
Kissinger.
no.
No.
You're like the Margaret Thatcher of Kissinger.
it's going downhill fast.
No, you don't get you, do,
Here.
you don't get to look good and be a right winger.
Yeah.
Oh
That's how
well,
that
maybe
works.
next time.
You gotta look like a vampire.
Yeah.
Fucking Feratu.
Not even a
Feratu powers.
Nosferatu. Just a one Feratu.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. The
Holy.
worst of the
Only
Feratus.
Feratus. Only Feratus.
Yeah. So. Ooh, hold on, I'm burping here. Okay, so there's that. That's the Twitter bullshit news.
Okay, hit me with more news and I'll have more bad takes.
Okay, so second is that Trump is. There's rumors that Trump is dead.
I don't believe it. That's too. We'd be too fortunate for that to be the case.
Yeah.
No, they're doing right now. They're doing that thing where they say he's dead every 5 minutes. That way, they can normalize finally getting them to say it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
come
don't
on,
believe
just
it.
say it already. Just say it.
I don't believe it. Next.
You don't believe it? No. What about the fact that
Nope.
JD Vance commented on it and said, like, yo, if he dies, I'm up for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't believe it.
Okay.
I'm standing by what I said. I don't believe it. I don't think he's dead yet. Unfortunately for me.
All I'm saying is, if he comes back with yellow eyes and he's connected to he's got like a strange black hood on, I wouldn't be
He became
surprised.
more powerful than you can ever imagine.
That one might also not surprise me somehow. That
Yeah.
I believe it. Seems viable.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear? He converted his body to take over JD Vance, and so now he's part JD Vance.
Oh no. JD, why didn't you foresee this?
He pulled a transpermia.
Oh,
Panspermia? Frying panspermia.
Tiny hands Fermia. Yeah, for sure.
There is.
yeah.
We're living on a prayer.
It's pretty badass.
Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer.
D&J with
I am the white boy whisperer.
So the big one of the big ones here right now too. Okay, one of the big things here too
Okay, I'm ready.
Several content creators, pretty famous on the quote unquote left side of it, right? The left side of things. We'll
The
say from here, this
left.
purpose is center left to full on fucking anarchism and communism, right? The whole
Okay.
wide world. The left side of things. What they found is if you're scattershotting towards that center left area, to like that center left liberal shit to like the mainstream liberals. Apparently the DNC has set up a shell company to push primarily to push like their talking points, right? They want their own talking point machine like the right has. Um, and apparently among those, interesting enough, are people like Olivia Giuliana, who we knew, right? She was an open DNC operative, but also the Midas Touch network.
They want
That's
to be the
also
right so bad.
yeah, right. Like and David Packman, known cuck. That's all I have to say about him.
Set his chair up and everything. His chair and
I'm gonna be honest.
binoculars.
I don't have that. I don't have like any strong antithesis towards David Packman. I don't think he's particularly bad. I don't watch him, but
Yeah.
like, fine.
He
I mean,
it,
he's no socialist. So everything he says, you're putting in that grain of orbit of like a Cenk Uygur or
yeah.
he's probably better than Cenk.
Okay, but to be
But
fair,
he's like tapioca pudding though. He's like
like
it's not offensive.
Jake is just barely better than like Patrick Bet Davis, and Patrick Bet Davis is like, I'll blow Trump on air for 5,000
Yeah,
Iranian dollars. I mean American dollars because I'm American. My name is Patrick Bet Davis and not Iranian
yeah.
guy.
I
That
think
guy was
Pac-Man would
born.
need some kind of deal where he's like, okay, what am I getting in exchange for doing it? Like,
Well, yeah, he's got and
he's like, I'll do it, but I need exchange. Like,
yeah, and let me find the evidence tweet here because like at first it's like okay they make these people make accusations all the time and it would be
Yeah, this
believable.
is a bit of an accusation for sure.
But I'm gonna read you a
yeah,
post
good,
here.
because it's like in that early period where I'm like, I don't know, so wait and see till
It's
more
not the
information
most
comes out.
unbelievable thing you said tonight, even. So like, okay,
I
I'm
mean, it's
willing to hear you out.
believable.
Yeah.
So let's hear that
Yeah.
evidence. Let's hear it.
All right. So here's the evidence, right? So I'd like to read you David Packman's uh statement on the matter, a social media statement on the matter, and then I'd like to compare it to Aaron Parness's, and you tell me if it sounds like it was funded by some jackass, right?
Hmm.
David Packman, after a recent Wired hit piece, now fully debunked, false claims started circulating, and sadly, some people chose to unscribe from my website membership, Substack, or unfollowed on YouTube. Okay, so that is Packman's statement. Aaron Parness's statement is completely different. It's because of a recent Wired hit piece that has now been debunked. Misinformation spread like a wildfire, and several people decided to unsubscribe from my Substack. Huh. So the next sentence is that outcome is exactly what the author was hoping for when they put out a misleading and inaccurate article. This is what the author wanted despite publishing a false article. If you want to support what I do, please consider subscribing. Please consider subscribing to support my work, blah, blah, blah. And then on each social media piece, they ran basically the same statement with slightly different wording about the subscriptions, right? And the fact that everybody who was involved in this can just copy and paste this essentially, and like, oh, what if I run it through the chat filter and said change it to my voice? That's how you know they did it. You know what I mean?
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's believable. Like I said before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How we feel
I
about
also don't know how much I actually care about that. You know what I mean?
yeah. If you're
Like,
so here's the interesting thing about this, right? Because I actually don't care either, outside of my chance to just punch at these people and having an open forum to do so. You know what I mean?
sure,
Because like,
absolutely. And
a
I'm
if
game to punch at people.
yeah, you know which content creators are yours and which ones aren't real quick. Like they speak to you or they don't.
Yeah. As as I said at the beginning of this, I don't really listen to David Packman. I don't have any like major beef with David Packman. I just don't go out of my way to consume the media. So like, what do you want me to do? Give a shit about it?
Yeah, it's
It doesn't really speak to me. as we discussed. So,
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like I said, the big thing here is like, A, we knew they were going to do stuff like this. B, it was painfully obvious that all the people involved in this were also people who got brought onto like, um, they were brought to the White House to like humanize Biden and interview Biden in like softball interviews and stuff and given all sorts of treats, right? And like the thing is too is like Pac-Man's like a fucking Canadian. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not. I don't think he's from here. Hold on, like let me look. David Pac-Man.
They sure do want to be
Argentine.
the right.
Oh, he's Argentinian, right? I'm thinking of David Dole as the Canadian guy, but David Pac-Man is Argentinian. So like, dubious. I might be doing a race science here, but it's dubious that these are his like first order politics. Like his
I
con.
may be doing a race science here,
Well,
but
this is kind of like okay. Like here's the thing about that
Hello,
too.
race
People will be
science
like,
as a treat.
yeah, well, people will say that, but then like if you look at like what's his Ian Miles Chung, right? Ian Miles Chung certainly has a white enough guy name. He's from Singapore. He lives in Singapore. He doesn't have American citizenship. All he does is American politics. So like whether or not this is Pac-Man's first order of politics, I think that's actually a fair question. David Dole.
I mean,
David Dole is Canadian. David Dole isn't American. David Dole's also a white guy like me. Like it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm being racist, but like he's Canadian. His elections are Canadian. His first order of politics, American uniquely. So like, eh,
I hear you. Okay,
yeah,
let me give you a counter argument to that initial instinct there. America is the all-consuming monstrosity of the world. So
right,
if you're gonna focus purely on one form of politics, it's probably gonna be American politics, definitionally, right?
yeah,
That's not an unfair thing, I suspect. Now, I hear you. I don't know.
yeah. No, all I'm saying is this: like, it sounds like I'm doing a race science because he's Argentinian. Although, like, I will note, you got a white guy's name in Argentinian, in Argentine,
Mm.
Argentina.
Little
Depending on what,
suspicious.
little suspicious if your name is David Pacman.
Suspiciously Pac-Man.
Der Pacman, der
The
Pachspiegel,
Pac the
Packenmensch,
Pac-Sheik.
der
Yeah, you got
Packenmensch,
me with that one.
Pachmeister. So all I'm saying is like, and also our name's David Pacman, but that's no C in that name. Okay, like the Germans would drop the C for that construction. Okay, all I'm saying, just a little something.
David Reichman is, if you know what I mean.
David Reich mentioned. Pagan der Reich with the Weitz
Which,
and Hauser.
just to be clear, if he's slightly left of Cenk Uygur, these are unfair. These are unfair things, but they are funny as fuck. So that puts him back on the table, baby.
Thought this was America. I can't tell a joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying, let's just settle down here. I'm not saying that he's a neo-Nazi, but I am saying his parents were. Okay.
Can you imagine David Pacman shows up into a meeting with neo Nazis
I
and
mean,
like, oh
well,
my
guys,
god.
we need to settle down. We need to think this through rationally, and we need to think it through in a way that gets beyond our normal base assumptions.
And let me break
David.
it down for you guys.
Yeah, he's born from a Jewish Ashkenazi family. Yeah, they showed up there. Okay. Yeah, they showed up there in the 1940s. Weirdly enough, late 1940s.
A group of neo Nazis have died from in their sleep mysteriously,
Yeah,
listening to David Pacman.
that's true. That's true. That's what he does. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I like to and I do like to pick on Pac-Man because again, you have a white guy in Argentina. I say it in the German way, belaying belaying part of my heritage. The
It sucks
worst
because you
part.
can't let them get away from you for 2 seconds and they do some shit. Like you find some shit out. Like
Uh-huh.
I remember back in the day listening to him. Like he's just on the regular rotation of like sock dim ass motherfuckers that like they might report on some like normie shit that I don't usually catch.
Yeah.
Whatever they happen to be looking at. Same reason you would look at a Richard Wolf or something, knowing that like yeah he's no socialist, but got to pass a couple extra minutes at work during my 10-hour shift, right?
Yeah.
Starving for content.
No, no, and it's fine.
When you're starving
Honestly,
for content, he's right there.
yeah, and like people, he could be worse.
The sock dim
Yeah,
gang.
he could be
Yeah,
way worse.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. As far as the sock dim gang goes, he is leagues above a lot of them.
I want you to know this is just a fun little piece in in the part of the articles on social democracy, like the links on Wikipedia. He's listed in the same fucking list as Karl Marx. And
Oh.
our last news, yeah, in our next round of news, Wikipedia, the editors there need to be summarily executed.
What is this list? What is this list? Karl Marx, David Pachman, Rosa Luxemburg. What are you doing?
What the fuck is this mess? There's Engels, Eugene Debs, Thomas Clement Douglas, William Dries, Philippe
Obama.
Marquette, Gonzalez. No. Oh, what? Oh, no. It's Bernie Sanders is here.
Bernie Sanders is in here
Yeah.
with the radical revolutionary left.
Not there's Jeremy Corbyn. At least maybe Corbyn. I don't know. Zordania. What the
He got some time. He might come around.
Robert Reich. Are you kidding? Robert Reich is. Oh my god.
Robert Wright, Secretary of Treasury.
This.
Is that what he did? He was
Yeah.
like some like high finance guy.
He was in the Ford administration, the Carter administration, and the Clinton administration.
You did the shit, and then you spent the rest of your life criticizing it. Actually, I'm not mad at that. I respect that. That's good.
That's better than what he could be doing.
No, I respect that. Yeah, no, do you, my dude?
Okay, not that Gandhi. I was gonna say not that Gandhi. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Matt Brunig is here. What the fuck are we even doing? What the fuck is this list? Why aren't we there then? Like, fuck. What
It's
the
just a
fuck?
picture of a bewildered, pale Jake caught in a flash.
Yeah, you know what is nice though? This would piss him off. Cenk Uger's not there for the series on social democracy and progressivism. Like he's just been left out. But John Favreau, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. This feels like somebody was just like trolling Twitter and they were just like, I need names now, people. Tom Hartman, okay, yeah, he's fine. He's a good commentator. Ian Danskin's there. Oh, that's great. He smells awful, by the way. I'm just gonna say it right now. Do you ever hear somebody's in a polycule of your first thought? It's like that house has to smell so bad.
What?
You never heard that? You never heard that before?
Wow, what is that?
It's like the stereotype about people in a polycule. They just always smell sweaty and nasty, and they never bother to shower because there's too many of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, polycule is kind of like it's kind of like okay, you go to a hostel, right? You're at a hostel, everybody's on their bunk bed, and then you're like, it'd be a good idea. What if we all just took turns having sex with each other?
Okay.
The smell is just awful.
That's why you gotta divide up the rooms. It can't just be in one big sex room because everybody you don't want to smell the sex is gotta like sleep in there while you're having an orgy.
No,
Not cool at all. Not
no,
cool, man.
because then the whole house is gonna smell like it.
And then you gotta get up, get a drink of water, and now the floor's all sticky, and you're like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm stepping in. Like, come on, man, clean up after yourselves. Animals.
That's basically it, though. That's basically it. Hold on, I got a meme for you tonight. That's for the side chat, man. That's for the side chat right there. That's for you guys. You know, the caption of that is, I don't know what you have planned for tonight, Homer, but count me out.
Polyfuel. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. That's a Danskin is there. Man, like, these lists aren't serious. Like, if you're like, oh, yeah, Danskin. Where's Vouch? Because where's Vouch? If we're going to do dumb baby shit, let's do real dumb baby shit. Where's, like, Vouch? Where's Destiny? Where's Stephen
Oh,
Bonnell?
I don't
Oh, my
I think
God!
he's
There
I
he
think he's
is.
a Voldemort now.
There he
I
is.
think he's
He's in there
shall
for
be named.
social democracy. He's right there, dude. Found it. Mm, that's perfect.
Oh, Farmy busting caps.
Yeah.
See you, homie. I see you.
Ugh. I'm trying to see here. I'm trying to find a little more about good old Destiny. Liberalism in the United States. Yeah, that's a little bit better, isn't it? Brian Tyler Cohen. There we go. We got a who's who now. Matty Iglesias, the fattest boy on the internet.
Hmm.
What he is. He's just a potato. Like literally, like, it's one of those things like corporate wants you to find the differences between the two pictures. I show you Matty Iglesias and then I put a fucking potato there. Like you're like it's the same picture. Like that's what's gonna happen. I'm about to prove it
It's all
right
the
now.
same.
Yeah, look, there's nothing different. That's going on Twitter, by the way. That's going on there right now. I'm gonna fucking do it. Found a candid shot of Matty Iglesias.
The potato.
I fucking got him. I fucking got his ass. Ugh.
Sure. Potato Iglesias.
Ugh. Oh shit. Germany's calling for its nationals to leave Iran.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently they've
Only
been
now?
delivering the pizza deliveries have been going up in the Pentagon here
Yeah.
a couple of times. I caught it a couple of times this week. Apparently, Israel's losing its damn mind over there,
Yeah, they're losing their goddamn minds. They're being fucking
and
freaked.
they're trying to prepare the spin of, oh yeah, Israel is defending itself by attacking everybody in the vicinity.
Yeah, I know when I need to defend myself, the first thing I do is go down to the bar and I start fist fighting everybody. Like that's exactly what you do when you're defending yourself. I like to what I think the ultimate form of self-defense I deploy is I like to break into a right winger's house while he's having dinner with a shotgun. I like to chain his family up to the radiator where I proceed to rape him violently and then I shoot him in the back of the head. It's all self-defense, don't worry. Now, if you think that's bullshit, wait till you hear about what Israel's doing.
But he looked at you a little weird, and it made you scared.
Yeah, he was in his house behind his walls. Clearly, he was a threat.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Look at him plotting while eating dinner, casually with his family, laughing like he's not fighting my demise. Look at him.
Exactly. Hmm.
Don't forget to wear the panties of the mothers and hang the dolls while you're there, like a true
Ugh.
Israeli.
Yeah. I do that real Israel bullshit right there. Like I like to defend myself by breaking into a right winger's house. I like to like I said, I like to chain his wife and his kids to the radiator. I like to put 355 rounds into his 2-year-old daughter. Just to be
Hmm.
safe, because
Hmm.
what if one day she grows up and has a nasty thought about me?
Hey, those kids don't need all those arms and legs, my dude.
Yeah, and then I shoot his son's arms and legs off, and while he's flapping around, I make him cry, scream, Flappy Bird, right? And then the
Hmm.
wife, I strip her naked, I put her clothes on, and then proceed to have sex with the husband. And then I like to tie him up and leave him outside, and just tie electrical cables to his fucking nipples, and just turn him on. Because like I listened to what they said. Like Dennis Prager was like, yeah, we're Jewish. Like Dennis and I are both Jews, and Dennis is like, this is how you defend yourself.
I
And
see that.
Richie
You're
Torres,
going over. You're going easy on them that day. Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's a.
Richie Torres says like that's self defense. Chuck Schumer says it's self defense to just do that and do that 57,000 fucking times in a year, and to do it 400,000 times over the past fucking 10 years. It's fine. And then you know what I like to do sometimes? I just look on the map and I'm like, you know what? I just need to call in an airstrike on that part of this Republican neighborhood. Out of self-defense. I'm sitting in my house eating like ribs or whatever, beef ribs, right? Because I'm kosher,
Such much defense.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty, I'm feeling like that's not safe. So what I do is I call 600 of my friends to go to those houses, drive the right wingers out, and then occupy them. And what were the people there doing? Nothing. They're absolutely nothing that I could care about. They're having like an axe throwing competition in the backyard. They're grilling. Presumably one of them said something racist, right? Like that. Like a lot of people say racist things, so we can presume one of them said something racist, I guess. And 50-50 shots about Jews or black people. So that's my justification. That's my self-defense justification because one of them said a racist thing.
No, you seem to be existing here on my new land.
Yeah, you're existing in what
Can you
will be
can
my
you not
house when
do
I'm
that?
done with it.
Look at
Yeah,
you breathing all of my air that I just acquired instantly this moment, mysteriously somehow.
yeah. Apparently there's two people
Through
watching.
through
I
a
hope
through a,
you're
through,
bots.
through
Why
a
are you here?
realtor.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
hope
those sounds like friends of the pod.
no. They're not. I don't know who they are. This is show. Obviously this live stream is for us, not for you. That's how this works. What do we care? Like get used to that real fast, and you'll do real well around here. Otherwise, it's okay to go. We didn't want you anyway. Because if you're not vibing it, just leave. It's okay for both of us. No audience capture here. This isn't a consumerist podcast. So anyway, yeah, like that's the problem with fucking Israel, right? Like the whole fucking problem with Israel is the premise is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, okay. So let me give you another one here. There are like from where I live, there's a town called Commodore, right? The people there, I've never met them. I don't know them, but I want their houses, so I'm gonna go poison their well and shoot anybody who gets mad at me poisoning their wells.
Hmm.
Because it's self-defense. It's self-defense. They have a right to. I have a right to defend myself. I'm a Jewish man, and now I'm gonna
Oh,
plant.
oh, and when they try to and when
Yeah.
they try to confront you, you send their son to jail and beat their dad.
Yeah, and when somebody tried to confront me on it, I jailed them and then cut off their son's feet.
Hmm.
And again, I'm just defending myself because I'm a Jewish man. That's what I get told. The Jews have to
I
be able
can't
to
believe you
defend
took it so
themselves.
easy on him.
I know, right? I'm being so nice. You
This
know,
this doesn't echo of anything in history ever
not at all.
happening
You
at
know,
any point in time in any countries.
and then when someone says, "Oh man, hey, maybe this is making the people hate Jews more because you're loudly proclaiming you're Jewish while you're doing this when that has nothing to do with being a Jewish man," I scream anti-Semitism in somebody's face. I go to their college and scream it at their professor until they fucking get fired or get kicked out of college.
You remember American History X?
Yeah,
If you just change that swastika to a Star of David,
there's
it about
nothing.
it still works.
It's still basically the same movie. Yeah, and that's what's disgusting. Like that's the part that's gross to me, because that's it. And when people talk about like, oh, this is a real dangerous time for Jewish people, yeah, whose fault's that? Is it the people who say that the Jews are the people who will bomb your house from suborbital size with bombs built to like blow up fucking mountains? Is it those people who are like that's self-defense? Is it those people who are like, yeah, the Jews are allowed to put things in dudes' butts and electrocute their nipples? Do you think that maybe when you go out there with a straight face and say that that's making the Jews look bad? Because I gotta tell you, if you told me that about gay people, I'd be like, damn, we gotta do something about gay people, right? That's the kind of thought that you put in people's heads. Because that would be fucked up. Of course, that's not cool for anybody to be doing. Why the fuck would you say that? You have to have such a visceral hate that you're like, yeah, they're wild animals. Of course they act like that. here we fucking are again. Another round of fucking, wow, this is great. Thank God I'm on the team. All I have are bad sinuses and the accusations that at any moment I might hold my neighbors at gunpoint and cut their hands off. Cool. I'm so glad people trust me with their money and are expecting me to behead their children with a sniper rifle.
They out here just having raves with skin on the Barbie.
Yeah.
The anguished screams of torment in the background as they do the rave dances.
Yeah. Imagine going to Pittsburgh County.
And thinking you're gonna go to heaven.
Yeah, people go to Allegheny County Jail and you start raving.
They don't have tortured and anguished screams in the background in heaven.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
You would hope. You hope very much.
A lot of fire. Like guys are involving a lot of fire and brimstone. As you rain down bombs. Hiroshima's bomb. Where's the bomb in a small ass area? Yeah.
Yeah. Just fucking disgusting shit. So like, yeah, she
And
goes,
they can't stop bragging about it long enough to like fucking try to do damage control, which is just crazy to me. Like every fucking time they try to get a little bit of sympathy, another one just shows up bragging about what they're doing.
yeah.
That lack of shame. It's like it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Like I've never seen anything like it.
It's surreal. They're like nobody like the way they talk about them.
Remember you were talking about the most advanced race science being the kind that just becomes completely abstracted and
Yeah.
like incomprehensible to normal human beings.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what Cthulhu is like. They're the living embodiment of like horror and madness. Like you can't even comprehend their brains.
You, you can't. It is incomprehensible. Never in a million years would you think they'd be like, yeah, of course the Jews can do this. Like imagine just being like, that's the right of white people. You get to just randomly stick sticks up people's butts. Doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter if you're jerking off when you do it. They can just do it. Like you would never like in a million years, you'd never be like, no, dude, that's fucked up. But it's the Jews and it's defense of Westernism. Oh, okay, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. What? What the fuck? If Westernism, if if Western, if be like if Western civilization is holding a guy down, and then in front of him, raping his wife, raping his kids, wearing their clothing, and then sticking things up your butt before you absolutely light up a fucking toddler with a machine gun, multiple machine guns. Okay, then there's nothing left to say. There's no superiority. There's nothing left to say. It's just monstrous. There's no need for Western society. You can just go. Like when you're like it's great replacement theory. I hope you
Yeah,
do.
something around here needs replacing.
Something needs replacing. If I had a car, right? If I had a car and if it randomly had a mode where if I turned the key just slightly, ever so slightly wrong, and it was quote unquote programmed to be displeased, and it started verbally berating me and penetrating my butt, guess what I do to the car, man? It's gone. I destroy that fucker. That's never going to happen again.
File a complaint with the manufacturer on top of it.
Yeah. Hey man, why didn't you tell me about the rape feature in your car? I would just get rid of it. It's time for it to go. And people would be
I
like, "You're talking about systems, motherfucker. It's all machinery. It's
I
all
I would pick the xenomorph between the Israelis and xenomorph. I would pick the xenomorphs.
yeah. You
I
don't
I I, I think I would. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you don't
They're
see them.
upfront about their evil. They're just very clearly about eating people with their little mouth. You know, it's
Yeah.
refreshing, and it wouldn't be using my tax
Refreshing.
dollars to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
It is fucking nuts. I will take. You know what? You don't see them fucking each other over for a goddamn percentage. Okay.
Please, xenomorphs, land in Tel Aviv. Aliens versus Israelis.
We don't know how to fight them. We tried everything. We tried yelling at them. We tried we tried bombing their houses. They
Sir,
don't
they're
seem to have
always
learned.
armed. They have razor sharp claws and teeth.
That part was easy to understand. You shoot the gun at them, but we shoot the
They're
gun
bigger
at
than
them.
us.
That doesn't kill them. They do some kind of weird Muslim thing with the acid. They just keep calling them Islamic jihadists because they don't know what the species name is. Everyone else is like, you're dealing with the xenomorphs. They're like, you mean Islamic jihadists? No.
The xenomorphs are just Hamas. Uh,
Hmm.
but what about the predators? Those are also Hamas. And Sigourney Weaver, she is Hamas too.
They're all Hamas because none of them recognize Israel.
Except Wayland Yutani. They own him some. They own Wayland Yutani somehow.
Yeah.
It's their biggest donor.
It's just it's just like what the fuck, man. It would be I gotta say though, it would be really awesome to just see that movie, like the Mossad's like trying to do Krav Maga on a fucking alien and the alien just rips him in half. I don't know why our martial arts designed to beat up old women is
Sir,
not working out.
we've tried everything. Sir, we've tried everything. Have you tried putting up a voice box with a child with a screaming child to attract the xenomorphs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem to understand it.
Yeah.
We've tried everything.
Don't worry, neither do
I'm
we.
out of ideas.
Yeah. It's just like this Israeli's like this Mossad agent's like Krav Maga and then he just gets ripped in half. Wasn't it in was there an IDF guy in Predators?
There was. There
Was
was.
there?
It was very obviously placed, and they had a rivalry between the Israeli and the U.S. person. Of course, the
IDF
U.S.
sniper
person came out on
Isabel.
top, but just barely. Yeah, of course, it was a woman. They had to do the can't be too bad because she's a woman, and it was so awkwardly done. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, this is the series with rape monsters, so I got more power to them. Then I mean,
yeah.
they be fucking up, but still, I
Yeah.
still watch them.
That one's super fucked up.
Yeah, they just throw it all in there. It's just like casual Israeli. And the whole time I was sitting there thinking like this motherfucker would not be able to fight against anything but a 3-year-old.
No. You have an IDF sniper. Well, the problem with that is the predators aren't fucking children.
Although, funnily enough, they made them pretty useless. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the trade-off. They always get into trouble. The American has to save them.
Yeah. No, in that one the IDF sniper saves the American because that's part of the fucking um
Yeah, it's the trade. It's the trade-off. I save you, you save me. We're a big old family. So the nick whack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Such advanced storytelling.
mhm.
Such good writing.
Yeah, the Americans have to be saved by the Israeli snipers who are
Hmm.
trained in killing small children. So you'd think like it would scale up, right? Because a child is a very small target. You have to hit that from a mile away. You should be able to wipe out a predator. Yet, amazingly enough, she doesn't actually kill a predator.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Useless.
what does all that sniping bullshit do for? Oh yeah, Predators is like most of the Predator series. So this is my thing. Most of the Alien movies are mid, right?
Hmm.
But they're interesting. Even if you hate Prometheus, Prometheus is interesting, right?
I
Just
like
because of how it
Prometheus.
connects to the rest of the lore. You don't have to like it. I actually think it's a weak movie. But I like it. You know what I mean? Like you can.
No, I like it. I like it in the sense that I genuinely like some things that are bad, and I know they're bad, but I still like it anyway.
Yeah, you're allowed to, right?
Prometheus is one of those.
Yeah, when you take the original Predator movie, you take the sequel Prey, or the like, not well, technically prequel Prey, right? Because it happens before Predator. And if you take like
Hmm.
Predator, Killer of Killers, right, distill those out, and then like you can think of Predator 2 as like the fourth slot there. And I again, I don't agree, but yeah, that's fine, right? The Predator 2018, Predators from like what is this 2010 or whatever? I don't even remember. Yeah, 2010. Um, and AVP. That section of time are like the worst fucking movies possible in those two
Yeah,
similar series. You know what I mean?
legitimately bad.
The worst Alien movie is better than all of those Predator movies combined, distilled for
Hmm.
their best parts, and that includes like the cast, right? Because like Lawrence
Hmm.
Fishburne is in Predators. Um,
Hmm.
the Predator has Keegan
How
Michael
do you
Kay.
fumble that bag?
How do you do it? How do you do these? They're dog shit movies. The Predator is somehow worse than the one with the IDF sniper, which is an impressive feat.
It really is. No, no, you're right. You're right.
That's impressive because anything where you're pro IDF is pretty dog shit. But like and like still like Predator 2 is a bad movie, but like Predator 2 has some things that are you're like, okay, fine, right? You're like
The
fine.
moment they said they were IDF and I was watching it, it was an audible ah,
Ew.
it's an audible groan.
Ew. Yeah.
Do I even want to finish this now?
If you didn't, there's no shame in it because it's a bad movie. It also has. You remember how Topher Grace kind of like made Spider-Man 3 a joke? It's
Yeah,
one of those things again. It's one of those things where like horrifyingly the
that's
IDF
the one.
isn't.
That's the one with the edgy Peter Parker,
Yeah,
edge mode. Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Edgelord Pity Parker. Somehow Topher Grace is Eddie Brock. The guy who
Yeah.
in the comics and the guy who in the cartoon show and the guy who in every other piece of media is Jack and the Hulk, right? To make the Venom
Hmm.
suit look that big, and it's like, no, this is who Brock is. Oh, okay. He's a tiny man baby. Got it. He's a little manlet. Yeah, Topher Grace is in this too as a serial killer in Predators, and I gotta tell you, somehow worse than it makes the movie worse than the IDF character does.
That's a that's a bar.
That is one hell of a bar.
They
Yeah,
play limbo out here.
these are just and like again, like if you have never had the pleasure, Jenk, have you ever seen Alien or Predator?
I have.
Yeah,
I've
they're
seen both Alien and Predator.
they're good movies, man. They're good movies.
Hmm. I'm with it.
Aliens,
Some more than other.
Hmm.
Aliens may be
I've
better
seen a
than the
decent
original.
number of them.
Yeah, you know,
Aliens is one of the few times I think a sequel might have been better.
it is very hard to say. I always think like between Alien and Aliens, it's a matter of like personal preference. Like what type of movie
It
do you
kind of
like better?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like, do you like thriller horror or do you like action horror? And like, I think that's the line. If you like a more action-packed horror film, Aliens is just chef's kiss. If you like that thriller horror of like the hunter versus the hunted and the one by one, kind of almost like a softer Evil Dead, then Alien is the better movie. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like
I agree. That makes sense.
yeah, and like I personally like I don't believe there's any point in arguing between the two. Like I think when somebody says like because which those this is the one I prefer more, this is the type I prefer more, this is where I fall, right? As long as that person is also reasonably going to follow up with clearly the second best one is that. And if I were to combine the two franchises, Predator is the third best movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
How is
an
the IDF more cartoonishly evil than the series that gave us alien dinosaurs, xenomorph dinosaurs?
Yeah.
They're more cartoonishly evil.
Xenomorphosaurus.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Which also,
Oh, it looks
funnily enough,
badass too.
the Alien movies, they're all weaker after Aliens, right? The Alien Earth show so far has been pretty tasty.
Yeah, yeah, I've been watching it. It's good. I've
God, it's
enjoyed
so
it.
good.
It
You
wasn't until the sense until like the sense subplots really started cooking, and I'm like, oh.
the first episode feels okay. So hold on, let me try. Let me just check one thing here. Let me check one thing. What's our time on task? Should be showing me somewhere. Oh, I got a burp. A burp. Who the fuck's still watching this? You're not supposed to be watching this. Jesus Christ, people. Why do you do this to yourselves? Yeah, okay. We got a couple more minutes for the hour hits. A couple more minutes. We can do
As
this.
confused as we are.
Yeah. I was just double checking. I'm trying to see where our cutoff point is because I want to hit that hard today. Um. Yeah. Anyway, so with those films, right? Again, like, and I don't think. By the way, I don't think saying Predator is the third best one out of those three. I don't think that's an insult. If I told you who the third best Magic
No,
player
those.
was of all time, and I was like gushing over them, like you would clearly figure out that even if they're third, I clearly hold them in high esteem, right?
Predator One.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those two movies are masterpieces. They're great.
Yeah, and like when your third best follow up is fucking Predator, you know you're dealing with two really high class movies.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was rewatching The Evil Dead 2 and I was like, "Oh, that's why I like Alien so much, right? It's because I like stuff like The Evil Dead. I like that hunted one by one, not that big group massacre shit." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Alien 1 is a nice one by one they will get you Dead by Dawn type shit, whereas like, you know, it's still like in Aliens there's still like that big group scene first and then they slowly pick them off, which is like it's almost like they front loaded it and then afterwards everybody's fine. Like if you got out of that, you're fine. Now, that's obviously not true, right? There's only 4 survivors, but you only had 8 more people out of that, and one of them was destined to die because he was a piece of shit. The other 3, like, you could go either way if you're watching that movie and be like, they might make it out fine because they're badasses. You know what I mean? You only were guaranteed one's survival, so the fact you got so many already feels good enough.
Yeah, that 101 is more my style too, and that does make sense because I like the Predator One and Predator Two, or Predator Two and the first Alien.
Did you like Predator 2?
Yeah,
Okay. I thought it was weaker than Prey and weaker than Killer of Killers.
I liked it because the setting in the city it made it kind of interesting for me,
Did you? I
rather than
thought they
just
were.
being in a jungle or preserve or whatever
Yeah.
the hell they're doing, you know. Plus, I
Uh,
was biased to like Danny Glover.
see that's why I put it as fourth because I really like Danny Glover and I really like some of the other actors. Like I get a kick out of Gary Busey when he's acting crazy. Um,
Hmm.
I get a kick out of that guy. Okay, what's his name? Let me look this up. I'm looking it up here. The guy who played his detective buddy and the dickhead detective who was also in Aliens.
Hmm.
I like those two actors, and I like that the one who played Detective Leona. I liked her too. I don't know her name. Maria Alonso. There we go. Like I liked a lot of the actors in it. I just thought it was kind of cheesy, but like there were some pretty sweet action scenes too, and I liked that the humans were like, now you can fight these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can fight them back if you pay attention to how. But that's if you watch like the fourth one, The Predator, they riff on that from Predator 2 that you can fight them. And then they give them like one predator's like, no, I gotta be their buddy and give them a super suit to make it fairer. If you make it fair, the predators are just gonna come in greater numbers.
Hmm. Then it's a whole hunting party.
Yeah. Like that's what's gonna happen. They're just gonna up it. If you put that shit on there, they're gonna come at you harder. And then like there's this ham fit despite it's like being like an ultra nationalist jingoistic film, there's like this weird like and we have to protect the environment. Like what? What the fuck are you doing? The entire movie's about how, like, first off, it's a movie, right? And a movie that's full of explosions that are practical effects is like bad for the environment. Like, I don't know. Do I have to explain that fire and smoke of metal is bad for the environment? Like, I have to do this in 2025, huh? So Dan Cohen has to do. Okay. Uh, Not to you guys, obviously, but to the wider world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't figure that out. Like, second off, the entire movie's
Right.
about how it's good to be blowing shit up.
all the money for bombs.
Yeah. You know.
I can give you
Oh,
okay. Let me paint an alternate picture here. I think you're right, fundamentally. Let me caveat it with that. Right. You're obviously correct. It's an unnecessary subplot to all of this because it really is a little disjointed.
Yeah.
There is a subtle undertone. There's a weird amongst hunters,
Uh
comma,
huh.
amongst actual like human hunters.
Yeah.
There
amongst
is
predators, that's why an IDF is there.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that too. That too. But amongst hunters there is an undercurrent of like natural conservatism. And I don't mean conservatism as in like the right wing of this country. I mean like conservation of nature, natural conservation,
Well,
right?
yeah, the early conservationalist movement was started by eugenicists.
Yeah.
But there is a subtext to that within like hunting culture because they want to preserve that land to allow themselves to hunt, right?
Want to preserve the Aryan race. Yes.
That too,
Yeah.
but that's a separate thing. That's a totally separate thing. You're not,
Is it?
again not wrong, but it is a different thing that I'm talking about.
Is it? Is that so?
Yeah.
Are we recording?
A little bit.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. My bad. Was I not
No,
supposed
you're
to?
good. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
It's okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
Got it.
People tend to get mad when I say things like that, though.
I just pretended I didn't hear you, so that I can't get mad at you.
Heard what? Heard what?
Or what? So yeah, like that's kind of the big that's kind of the big thing right now. Um, with these films is like the quality on a lot of them are just bad. Prey again, like Prey felt really good because Prey felt like Predator One, but with a different setting and without the same like jingoistic message. Like it felt different, and it's kind
Right.
of like
So were
kind of
there
fantastic.
ulterior motives to chasing Mexican people through the jungle?
On like
Oh, like prey.
Prey. Well, they were Comanche.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a comment on colonialism.
Okay.
They come here, they wreck everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
was one of the ones I
notably,
didn't see. I'm
notably,
just
even the
joking.
trappers came to wreck everything, but they also got wrecked. The predator is an equal opportunity destroyer. He wasn't putting up with it either. Yeah. Sorry, I am distracted now. My stomach's been hurting. I apologize. I should just said that up front so it's less awkward. But I'm like fighting an upset stomach. I'm trying to just chug water, and I'm hoping to throw up, just clean it all out after the show, not on the show. That would be horrible.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, it feels terrible. Because then, like, of course, like if you drink too much water, you get that water bloat feeling.
Mhm. Just like sloshing around in there.
Yeah, you can feel it. The bottom line is right now, Dan Cohen not winning. The Jewiest man in Jew business.
And that sounds like a good place to cut it.
You think so?
Yeah, we did
Probably
our
not.
time.
Did we? No, we didn't do our time yet, did we? We got a couple of minutes.
Oh
We got,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Gotcha.
dude. I'm like, I gotta tell you, I pissed so many people off with that. God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers picture. Like, I've been pissing a lot of Magic players off, and I'm really happy Because I tell people that bit, and they do one of two things. They're laughing like that's the funniest thing I've ever heard, or the other thing they do is they go like, "You're a bad person," and I'm like, "Yep, don't want to hang out with you. Got it. Thank you for thank you for letting me know."
I love those early warning detection systems.
Yeah, they're pretty great. You're either in or you're not, and if you're not, oh
Hey, Jen,
boy,
can you
you're
say
not.
that word for me?
Yeah, that would work for you.
Mm.
That if you got
Betrayal.
it.
Mm.
Don't lie to him. It'll work for him too. He can
Uh,
use it.
Just a little bit.
oh dear.
Dude, did I tell you what happened? I told you guys what happened when I was at the Steel City Con, right? This is the last thing I'll relay. Okay.
Oh.
So,
No, you did not.
okay,
Hit
so
me with it.
first off, my performance that weekend, because I decided to be on Miracles and Rhinos, was basically like, what if I paid $100 to suck? Not my best plan, okay? Not my best plan. As it turns out, I'm good enough to take games from fucking like blue black reanimator on Rhinos, but games aren't matches. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Games aren't matches. Then I played Miracles and I had the absolute worst fucking performance possible.
Strategy versus tactics.
Yeah. Like I played a kid in a test game because we both the way it worked is somebody thought they were playing for they thought value vintage was low entry high prizes. Why in the fuck would somebody charge 30 at an event where there's like 2Ks and a battle for a Black Lotus and a $20,000 CDH tournament? Why would they have a small event where you had a low entry fee but you got a quote high prize, whatever that fucking means, right? So these two guys registered for that event not realizing they had completely fucking screwed the pooch and lost the plot. Then they dropped. So me and this other kid just played friendly matches, and they had to stay in the tournament paired against themselves, and their results did not count against the rest of the tournament. Okay, because they were not supposed to be there, but they did that just to make the pairings even for us. So I play a test game against this mid-range player just for the hell of it, and I don't expect to get paired against him again because we both got a bye. Next round, immediately paired against him, get my fucking shit kicked in on Miracles. Because now he's had time to practice, and mind you, I was taking him to cleaners a moment ago, but now he's like triple drawing his best cards, and it's like cool. Yep, definitely can't compete against that. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? I don't have Maelstrom Pulse. So yeah, sure, you got it. You got me, pal. Real good gameplay, right? Run into run into run into artifact aggro. Again, I can take games from that if I can get ahead of them. You know what the fun point is when they're on the play? It's hard to it's hard to get ahead against onboard draw engines like Up the Beanstalk and Kozilek's Unsealing and Thought Monitor and Thought Cast. You know what I'm saying? Like you just get buried, right? You just get buried because it's too much. And even a Terminus doesn't catch you up. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Then I played against Goblins, and the Goblins player, I feel bad for him. He had decided somehow that 9 lands was enough for his deck when he's running 4 and 5 drops, and like that did not work for him. So instead of like being able to get ahead of me at any point in the curve, that game one purposely took. Like I drew that game one out until we had 5 minutes remaining, and I timed it, and then I purposely killed him at that window, and then like game two he didn't have enough time to beat me, right? Because there were only like 8 turns, and I just went full turtle mode because I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna draw it out. So I draw that one out, and then my last round was against a fellow Miracles player, right? But like, you know how when you're first building a Magic deck, you're like, what if I played 4 win cons, 20 lands, and then the rest are counter spells? Like that crude
That
kind
was
of.
the deck.
That was the deck I fought. So Mr. 10 counter spells on my side. I watch him deploy Archmage's Charm as a draw spell twice, and I count his graveyard at one point, and I'm like, this guy's used 11 counter spells. There's simply no way he can't have more than like 2 more left. I'm holding 3 in my hand. He has 7 cards, I have 7 cards. I go to deploy a threat. He goes to counter, I move to stop him. He moves to counter, I move to stop him. He counters it, and I'm like, okay, fine. Whatever. Next turn, I move to deploy a threat because I'm like, at least the resources have been used up. Fucking 2 more, fucking another counter spell, and I'm like, okay, I'm on my last counter spell. I deploy it. Then he deploys another one, and I'm like, you get a fucking foil. What the fuck is this deck list? Like, what the fuck is
All
this?
counter spells. Oops, all
Yeah.
counter spells.
And then when he didn't have, like, for the few non-counterspell spells he had no cantrips other than, like, Remand and Memory Lapse. I'm not even shitting you. Right? No Brain Surges even. Nothing, like, nothing to draw a card to save his life. He does happen to play Path to Exile to snipe my manlands and Field of Ruin to blow up my manlands. And then he tries to march my fucking Elixir of Immortality, so I have to shuffle it back in. Then he catches it on the way down. Because by this point, of course, he's on his 9,000th straight counterspell, right? I'm not on that though. I'm not on 9,000 counterspells. I'm on a rational like you know if you saw my deck list, you'd be like, wait, 10 counterspells. It feels like a little much, doesn't it? You're a little paranoid about missing stuff on the stack, and you'd be right. I am. But this was just like, what do you do to the sociopath who's like, yeah, what if I played 90 gazillion counterspells? He can't beat me then. Like, you're right, I can't. I guess I just lose. And like I was like, this is why I like, and then I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, this is why you never play fair. People bitch that I don't play fair decks, and I'm like, this is why I don't bother playing fair. You know, you're not saying this. This shit ain't happening to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the guy who's like, oh, I decided to play fair today, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna treat you to the most sociopathic bullshit you've ever seen in your life. Like you decided to be nice to the rest of us and play that way we could have fun with our games of Magic, and then we made it your problem. Like all, you know what I mean? Because like I spent the weekend. Now, mind you, I spent like the 2 weeks before that testing miracles against blue-black control, against hypergenesis, against rhinos, against some real fucking sociopathic shit. Stuff running 8-9 counter spells or 8 counter spells in a lethal auto combo. Like stuff, you know what I mean? I'm like 50-50, so I'm like, okay, I got the control chops, I can do this. And sure enough, against that green-black mid-range player, I was 2-2. You know, so it's like I had a 50-50 against the 50-50 deck. It just didn't cut the way I wanted it to when it was on the line. That sucks, but that's an acceptable situation, right? You accept that this can happen
Sure.
to you. Against tempo decks, I was running 50-50. You know, just if they were running hot, you're not running as hot, you lose. Okay, that's a fair fight. That's a fight I can have. What am I supposed to do against like literally straight up 20 counterspells and no win attempts? Because by the time, of course, he makes a win attempt, well, there's only like 15 minutes left in the round. So I was like, yeah, I just concede. Then I was like, how many minutes are left? And they're like, it's this many. And he starts sideboarding. I'm like, I'm not even going through this. I'm just going to concede right now. And then they're like, well, since you're conceding mid round, you got to go 2-0. And I was like, perfect. Excellent thing for you to say to me right now. I'm not mad at all. And don't you tell the newspapers I'm mad. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, perfect. This is perfect. This is a perfect end to this fucking event. Now, on the plus side, here's the plus sides of that, right? I got to meet Force of Phil from the Eternal Dirtles. That guy was cool. He was way cooler than he had any right to be, right? Uh, Zach Clark from the Eternal Dirtles is cool as shit. I met both those guys, and like notably, like this was really cool. When I showed him I was on Miracles, you know, he just has a little bit of a lark. Be like, hey man, I'm doing the thing too. Like he was dead. Then he was like really vested in my performance. You know what I mean? And he had all like he had spent like an entire day just mulling that deck over while he was doing his other shit. And then the next day he saw me in the Legacy event. He's like, "You're on Rhinos Day." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Respectable. Rhinos can steal a game. You shouldn't be playing Miracles right now. You just lose all day." I was like, "What do you want?" He's like, "Miracles. I know what's gonna happen to me." He's like, "I refuse to change." Right? So he's like, but respecting the Rhinos, that's a fun deck. And he went about his business. And then after we got in between round one, and he's like, "You're losing two," and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's just the day for it." And then he goes, "Hey, I noticed you're not on foil," is all he says to me. And I noticed you're not on. Where's your gush at? And I was like, that
Brutal.
dude looked me up. You know, like he looked me up. He's like, I've been thinking about this all night. Where's your gush at? And I just like look, I got talked out of it by my partners. I thought it was stupid. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't listen to them, man. They're wrong. It's like, okay. So that was the on the axis of the weekend that was cool as fuck. And then like the low key thing is like a friend of mine from Philadelphia came out. I haven't seen him since the old shop. You might remember him. I'll tell you in the chat. Um, I'll tell you in the private chat. So I don't think you ever met him, Darius, but I'm pretty sure Javier did. Or and my other and Jenk as well, right? Um, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. So hold on. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure you two met him. So he came out and he stayed like we stayed at a hotel down there and we get to hang out all weekend. And then he came back here and he hung out for like a night. Like we hung out Saturday night here because we came back home Saturday night super late. And then Sunday we gamed at the card shop here in town. And then Sunday, we like we parted ways in the morning because he was like I'm gonna go. He's like I'm gonna meet some people from the college in my old department. And I was like that's cool, man. So like it was really fun having him out. And like that was probably still the best part of the weekend, just hanging out with my buddy. And then like at the shop, we did round robin, right? So we had like 4 people, we had 12 decks, and we just randomized, and then we played those decks game ones, and it was just a fucking blast. Used to play. But yeah, like he came out, and that was cool as shit. And then like I said, I met 4 content creators. Two of them, one of them was a mega asshole, and I'm like, I'm really glad I don't follow that guy. The other one was like you could definitely tell like when he's in his element, he's like he thinks he's the smartest guy in the fucking room, and it's like, okay, this is a little bit old. Who cares? Yeah, that's the guy who came out from Philly.
Nice.
Yeah, and then like I said, I met the Eternal Turtles, and those guys were really nice. Like they were super nice guys to talk to. Um, really really happy I invested some time there and called it out because I was just gonna be like because it was funny I was talking to our mutual there and I was like holy shit that's Force of Phil and like he kind of like I was like yeah dude that guy's on so he goes and then he goes from 90s Magic and I was like yeah from there too as I watch him on the Turtles but I said that guy's cool as shit I was like that's it's really awesome we get to like he's here today you know what I mean. And then he just came over. He's like, "What are you fellas getting into?" You know what I mean? It was just like he was just like, "Ah, all right, these guys know who I am. I know I'm safe if I walk over there. I'm gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna see what happens." Like by rights had no reason to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like and people are like, "Wow, you're like a celebrity dick rider." Yeah, a little bit. That's it.
So sometimes it's fun.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun. Like that's just literally like it's just fun to do that. Riding the Pepe. Riding the
Sometimes
pimp.
sometimes you get to ride that dick.
So yeah, dick ride. You know. But it's like, it's also cool to be recognized. And then like I jumped in their Discord. They put up a value vintage channel because I was like, hey, I'm putting this here until you guys bump it. I don't know how you want to handle that. And they immediately like, no, we're starting up our own channel for that because like then they joined over that weekend. They joined the value vintage Discord because they were like, "Is this viable?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, it's viable," And I was like, like I said, I talked their ear off about it, and I promote it, and they joined, and they were like, "Holy shit, are you really so and so?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude, we're here. We're here to tournament some board states." I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude." So like, I did a little promotion for the format. So when those bastards are like, he's mean, it's like, nah, it's just, Dan Cohen's an odd duck. That's what he is. Just an odd little duck.